going up against Burmese Ghouls. Lower brackets right now in the top 6. Game number 1. How will the drops go here, Husky?
Well, first of all, Esmeralda and X-Borg eliminated from the hero pool. No surprise. Burmese Ghouls, again, I want to see Panda playing other heroes other than that Jawhead. He needs they need the diversity right now. Jawhead was a great X factor in Group B, but you are in the playoffs. If Jawhead was your best pocket strat, then Burmese Ghouls will be in trouble.
Wow, seems to me SUNSPARKS, they don't really care about the meta here. According to them here, they banned the Esmeralda and Lilia, which was priority picks for Kid 001 here. Basically, they're going for a double mage ban coming from SUNSPARKS to open things up where they're going to leave a lot of tanks in the pool here. So in this case, will they force Burmese Ghoul to actually pick the Harif for themselves? We saw how Kid 001 was a beast on the Harif during the grid stages as well.
Yeah, it's either that or maybe the Lunox, but you don't really want to open up the draft with the Lunox, so Burmese Ghouls have a bit less chances when it comes to their first pick mage. They ban out the Kimi, and right now all the tanks are up on the table. If you're SUNSPARKS, you can go for the Karja. We've seen Toda prioritize the Karja. There's the Kufra as well, there's the Grog. You can go down the list, but they can also first pick the Harif if they want to. They have the advantage to just leave that one tank for the second phase.
There's so many heroes in the pool for this first matchup as well. So I'm looking forward to see how they're going to be picking this phase here. Like you mentioned as well, which tanks are they going to go? However, one thing considered here, the Masha is still in the pool, but seems to me they will prioritize the Harif away from SUNSPARKS. So this pretty much limits the entire mage pool here from the side of Burmese Ghouls. But Burmese Ghouls open things up here with the Kufra and the Karja to deal with this Harif now.
Yeah, SUNSPARKS just breezing through the draft right now. The Harif first pick on point. Grog and Masha will be the next two. They kind of thought of this. Do we really want to go for the Kufra? Because like you mentioned, if Kid 001 does play the Harif, he does play the Lunox, if we kind of go for the Kufra opening or any other tanks, you are giving that Harif away because so many tanks, almost all the tanks are on the table. SUNSPARKS have a lot of options to go for, so they don't mind first picking the Harif.
Yeah, it seems to me there seems to be a roster change here coming from SUNSPARKS that Raflesia is actually not playing.
Raflesia is there? Yeah. Did you not see Raflesia?
Oh wait, yeah, I can see Raflesia now. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. I'm bright now. I need 4 glasses.
Oh,
I have
man.
5 glasses now.
But Lunox will be the choice, the main choice for Kid 001 on the side of Burmese Ghouls. They kind of ran off option. They talk about counter picking what the opponents pick, but SUNSPARKS, well, they're target banning this mage right now. They know other than striking Panda on the possible Jawhead, which I find highly unlikely in this game, they strike the mage of Burmese Ghouls. Tamus will be banned out by SUNSPARKS. We won't be seeing their signature Tamus, but they already have the Masha, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, you talked about the Lunox, right? But opening things off here, SUNSPARKS, they still have an alternative tank for them to decide here. They may consider just banning off the Lolita just because of how Lunox is a little bit worried about that here. The shield pretty much shuts down whatever that Lunox tries to do with the darkness in this order. But in this case, Masha is pretty much in the pool. We're going to see a lot of split push potential. I'm worried here from Burmese Ghouls because in terms of rotation and mobility to rotate from lanes to lanes is not exactly favoring from the side of Burmese Ghouls unless they go for double arrivals here on the Kufra as well as their off lane here. But in this case, who is going to be off lane here? Tamu's pretty much banned here from side of Burmese Ghouls, so we might see a Jawhead here coming from Burmese Ghouls.
Yeah, the Jawhead, SUNSPARKS is basically daring Burmese Ghouls to go for that Jawhead again because they are ready to take on this hero. I think Burmese SUNSPARKS, they can still kind of go for Cho if you want to. Cho is kind of the niche pick that some teams do go for, and Burmese Ghouls, the Lunox pick. You talk about the double arrival on the tanks. I believe Tanless Gaming Plus were the first team to put the arrival on their Kufra, to put the arrival on their Grog or Archive. But Burmese Ghouls, they go back to the Bruno, a hero that we just don't really see the effectiveness. SUNSPARKS, they lock in Lolita and Ranger.
Yeah, this is pretty much their drops here coming from SUNSPARKS, and I am liking this a lot coming in from SUNSPARKS just because they have the answer to deal with the Lunox. But you talked about the Terisla here. It was played from the side of SUNSPARKS, but this time Burmese Ghoul is gonna play it on Panda. This is where the Arrival is gonna do fantastically well, but I'm a little bit worried here from side of Burmese Ghoul because Terizla, they may have the burst damage here, but Masha will definitely have the advantage in terms of the attack speed here, but it's gonna be 50-50 drop, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are gonna be heading towards game number 1 between both these teams here. I'm not too sure about who's gonna come out this year, but whoever takes games 1 will set the entire tempo for both these teams. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, here the drafters and coach from each team going for the handshake, and this will be the crown of the M1 World Championships.
Yep, the handshake, the ceremonial handshake to start things off. No better way. These two teams have not met each other yet, so the only studies that they can do is by watching the previous matches that they respectively played. The Terizla, I point out, right, and you emphasized on it. SUNSPARKS played Terizla yesterday. Burmese Ghouls, I want to see them off of that jaw hit, and they did. They picked up the Terizla for Panda. Now it's Panda's time to show that he can play heroes outside of the jaw hit.
Definitely here, and at the same time as well, as a quote once said by the guys from Kinjas, respect all, fear none. Who will come out on top? That's the thing here, but that's the thing, right? When we talked about the drafts here, we saw how they were able to draft all these picks here coming in. SUNSPARKS, they have the Lolita to deal with the Lunox. We saw the Bruno pick up from the side of Burmese Ghouls, which is kind of interesting as well, but it definitely pierces through the damages of Masha and what Grok has to offer as well in terms of crit department here. So Kufra to shut down the Harif here, so they both have individual counters for each other, but it's not complete counters to each other. So it's going to be it is going to come down towards the guts and wills between both these teams and who will come on top. The early phase is going to be one of the most important factors coming from both these teams.
Yeah, and the Bruno is one of Burmese Ghouls' a comfort pick as we take a look at the map right now, the Celestial Palace. First look on day 2. But yeah, the Bruno is one of Burmese Ghouls' comfort pick. A007 got 2 Maniacs in Group B using that hero, and now they're going to put him on this hero again and hope that he works magic. But the question is, how is Burmese Ghoul going to control this tempo against SUNSPARKS? Because SUNSPARKS, they have shown extreme composure when they went up against VFM yesterday.
Definitely here, as you can see, the players are getting ready. You're teleporting in towards the Celestial Palace. As Husky said here, we are going to be heading off in towards game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Here you can see the fans are roaring for SUNSPARKS. Is this going to be a Filipino day, or is it going to be Myanmar taking game number 1 in this day 2 World Championships? We shall see. Based on the draft, I'm not sure who's going to win here. Are you guys ready? Because why? We are ready, ladies and gentlemen. Here, this is game number 1 for SUNSPARKS going up against Burmese Ghouls.
Now the fan in the live stadium of Axiata Arena definitely more towards SUNSPARKS, the Filipino crowd going bonkers. Burmese Ghouls, they don't have to fret too much. They do have their own supporters, maybe online watching on the English stream right now on YouTube Gaming. But again, Burmese Ghouls, they love this kind of aggression and they're trying to pressure JP. They forced a recall from Fuzakin already. This route will have to abandon that Granger and an immediate invade from Burmese Ghouls.
Definitely here, you're going to be trading out the trading here. SUNSPARKS scouts this opposition as well. They will do exactly the same. However, they're a little bit later party here. Burmese Ghouls, they're thinking about contesting here. Will they be able to steal here? The Kufra comes in. Unfortunately, doesn't do well, but the bouncy ball catches up too. He will get busted out. But Kid 001 joins with Panda as Burmese Ghouls gets a double kill in the return here.
Yep, and Burmese Ghouls, they start things off with 2 kills. SUNSPARKS, they want to go for the invade. They want to match what Burmese Ghouls are trying to do, but the mirror does reflect in Burmese Ghouls' favor. So that 2 opening kills, Panda Terizla managing to zone out the rest of SUNSPARKS to give this Lunox a 2-0-0 in 1 minute. This is what Burmese Ghouls want.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? If you think about it here, Panda was able to clip kill relatively quickly as compared to what Rafflesia has to offer, and because of that, they have this slight 5-second window ahead of SUNSPARKS, and because of that, they were able to capitalize on that rotation here. So Burmese Ghoul doing fantastic well in this early phase by before the 2-minute mark, and Panda going up against Renzio right now. They're trading blows after blows, and this is what I'm talking about. Panda may have the damage coming from Terizla, but this Masha is going to be able to outsoak anything here. But however, we're going to be seeing a fight later on.
Yep, and it's a fight later on. Get the replay out of the way. I want to see the action. Harry already slain the Kaja, but now Order of Brilliance does come out from Kid 001. KLVJ trying to run away. The Harry with the chrono dash, not able to get out. Ice on top of him with the bouncing ball, and he'll take it down. Renzo jump right in, gets the Kufra in return, and now he turns it onto that Bruno, but Kid 001 is there. Who's again joins the fight, but not able to do too much. Maybe he overextended. They will score the goal onto him. Mega kill for Kid 001.
Mistakes were made here from Fuzaken. However, he has the level 3 just now. If he had the wall charge, things would have been a little bit different here. But Burmese Ghouls, they took advantage of the situation. Kid 001 with the turtle buff now, using the penetrations coming in from the darkness here, piercing through towards the armors of Sunspark. What a play indeed. Burmese Ghouls 5-3 now. Their 2K advantage. Will they be able to uphold their title later on?
The Burmese Ghouls coming to life again. This was the Burmese Ghouls from Group B, and I'm happy to see them back up against SUNSPARKS, the champion from the Philippines, the one that reverse sweep Onyx Philippines. Well, when the run-up got kind of had an upset, right? Had a really bad run in Group D. But Burmese Ghouls now lead 5-3. Go grab, showing them in the lead. Not too much, only 1,200, but it's a lead that they need.
Yes, definitely here at the same time. Panda doesn't have the amount of work. He's trying to throw Revolution, but Renzio getting focused down. But Ice, ooh, missing the Tyrant's Rage. And Renzio will be very fortunate here. But like you said, Kaja coming in, Divine Judgment still available, but Renzio does recover his HP bar, so he's going to be A-okay. And we've talked about how strong the Masha is. That's exactly why he's so strong.
Panda actually having such a good time now. SUNSPARKS 4 members down to the bottom lane in the middle basket, charge up. Panda with the execute the try, does knock them out, but I don't think he can get out of this. And it's going to be KLVJ picking up that kill.
Yep, they're going to be trading a tower as well from side of Burmese Ghouls up top side. They're taking this tier 2 tower relatively low, but unfortunately say they could not take it in time. But SUNSPARKS, they're trying to be a little bit greedy here to take the tier 2s. No arrivals yet from side of Burmese Ghouls. Ice is on the side, catches on the high rip here. Can he go for the solo kill from side KLVJ? He's going for the Tyrant Stage, connects as well, but unfortunately no follow-up of Panda with the arrival. Can he go for the split? KLVJ pops the Examine Force, and they will disengage. Ice with the forward as well. The stars are available. Ice, can you go for the follow-up one from the side?
Wow.
Baby, they come in. Kid 001 with the darkness, goes for the wraparound, and double kill from Burmese Ghouls.
The commitment from Burmese Ghouls was perfect. SUNSPARKS did not expect the immediate collapse. They come in, they take 3. 2 of the calls for SUNSPARKS were eliminated from that, and SUNSPARKS, slight criticism right there. They stayed too long for their second tier. There was no way it was going to be taken down. But commendation to Ice. He followed through. He had trust. The rest of the ghouls were swarming in for that buffet, and they would take it.
My oh my, Burmese Ghouls, they have the advantage, but now the turtle buff getting contested as well. Tries to go for a little bit of snipe here with the Grong. Unfortunately, doesn't seem to connect here, and they will disengage in this fight here from the side of Burmese Ghouls. Nice try there for Fuzaken. However, Burmese Ghouls, 3K advantage here. They are going to be keeping up with the pressure as of now.
Exactly, and whoever wins this best of 3 will lock in top 4, and Burmese Ghouls are looking for that advantage. Now 9 kills to 4. They are extending that goalie. They got the turtle. SUNSPARKS, they don't have to be too worried. They can still come back. You have Grog and the Lolita, especially the Harif as well, always good scaling into that late game. The only issue that they have to deal with it right now is Kid 001 on that 6-0 Lunox. Now they're going to engage on the Panda with the penalty zone, and it's going to knock 2 members out, but again they ambush him and they kill him off.
Nicely done there from SUNSPARKS. A little bit of casualty price. However, Burmese Ghouls will immediately trade the tier 2 up top. Objective is the key here coming from Burmese Ghouls. And Reflection, they're setting up the here. Kid 001 is there, but no follow-up available. He's up on Brightness form, and he can't go for the Order of Brilliance. And the turret will be pressured off here, but the turtle will be finished in 50 seconds. SUNSPARKS, they need those timings, and Burmese Ghouls seems to be applying the pressure here, and they're also setting up shop in case SUNSPARKS walks in towards the trap.
Good thing from SUNSPARKS, they managed to push out the side waves. The Masha, maybe the recall in time, but they got the Renzio on the Divine Judgment. Renzio tries to fight back. Fuzaken is there with the wild charge, but not able to save this Masha. Now KLVJ dashes in with the chrono dash. Burmese Ghouls, they get out with that kill.
Yep, they set up shop here from side of Burmese Ghouls. They got what they needed here. Masha, definitely a great target for them. And Burmese Ghouls, as of now, they're taking advantage of the situation here to apply even more pressure, stealing away the buff away from SUNSPARKS here, dragging this fight in towards the next turtle fight as well. And it seems to me Burmese Ghouls, they will have the advantage now just because they know how ahead here. They lose Panda up top from side SUNSPARKS. Maybe this is the opening here for SUNSPARKS to contest Burmese Ghouls.
For second, goes in with a power of nature, but immediately Renzo gets dragged back. Divine Judgment will send him to his death. Kid is now legendary. They get to engage on the ice, but Burmese Ghouls will retreat cleanly for that third turtle.
Great decision here coming from Burmese Ghouls, taking the Divine Judgment from the side of maybe just because they saw the guys up top from side SUNSPARKS, and because of the decision, they knew the Masha was alone. They were not ready to pick a fight with Burmese Ghouls from the side of SUNSPARKS. Great decision overall coming from maybe.
In SUNSPARKS now, they lose the entire control. They do not have any territorial advantage in that bottom jungle. Burmese Ghouls, they took 3 turtles. All the advantage is now in their side. They can go for that last tier 2 and prep for that Lord and go for the high ground siege. You can see SUNSPARKS falls back into their base. All the lanes exposed, and Burmese Ghouls in total control.
Definitely here, and like you said as well, Burmese Ghouls, they have the control, the next Lord fight, but here
Shadow
comes
Mask.
the Divine Judgment from maybe. They get the Lolita. SUNSPARKS, oh no. This Kaja penalty zone from Panda doesn't connect. Big swing here from Fuzaken with the wall charge. Can't seem to defend against this here, but Burmese Ghouls, they're taking the tier 2 in the middle side here. They're looking for more, and they are thinking about closing this game before the Lord comes in. The total bomb still available. Superstars of SUNSPARKS, what can they do here?
Ice misses the engage, but they drag the Harry back, and Kid will find a kill that they need. Now Auto Brilliance comes out. SUNSPARKS, 4 members, they can still hold on against Burmese Ghouls for a bit while, but that Shadow Mask into the Flicker Divine Judgment started this whole avalanche up. Burmese Ghouls still have 1 lane to go, but SUNSPARKS thinks it's like looking blink for them in that game 1. The final shot, but they flicker on top of it and they take down a Bruno.
That is a great kill here coming from SUNSPARKS. They need more than that here. As of now, Burmese Ghouls, they've lost the 8007 and Panda. They can buy a little bit of time here, 15 seconds before the Lord recovers here, and SUNSPARKS, they're thinking about pushing up the map. Will they be able to pressure here? 9 seconds left, and off the kill feed as well, you see Fuzaken going to be providing the assist from Renzo to potentially try and snipe the Lord if Burmese Ghouls go for the contestment.
They need all 5 members in that Lord pit. Both middle and bottom inhibitors have been taken down, which means that the priority for SUNSPARKS now, push out those 2 waves, make sure the top wave isn't pushing in and congregate at the Lord area. They only have 1 chance, they only have 1 fight against Burmese Ghouls, and they cannot mess this up. The gold grab doesn't matter at this point because Burmese Ghouls are in so much control. They are now prepping for the Lord.
Burmese Ghouls, as of now, they have the perfect defense. Kid 001, 10-0-3 just got his Holy Chris as well. SUNSPARKS, they need to be careful here, but you can see the Cobra starting this off. The Lord Storm is here. Rafflesia with the out here. Doesn't connect. 7 force available. Who's gonna get the Lord? He's gonna be the Burmese Ghouls. They're trying to take this fight. They will come over top. Oh no, it's a disaster for SUNSPARKS. They will lose everyone. Renzo on the run. Burmese Ghouls, they're giving them the run for their money. They're trying to take him down. Double kill for everyone.
And it's 10 seconds until Lolita comes back. Renzo, he needs 10 seconds, but Burmese Ghouls not going to give him that. They're going to work on a crystal straight away. Myanmar, is this the first crystal of the series? They are looking for first blood, and they will draw it. Burmese Ghouls lead the series 1-0.
Burmese Ghouls, what a fantastic dominance here and performance coming in from them in game number 1. The Lord Pit here, the decision to cancel off the Lolita's Luminous Blast here. What a play indeed. Look at this, the fans from Myanmar, they're happy to see what has become of their play teams.
Yeah, and the engage from SUNSPARKS, I actually love what they did. They pincered Burmese Ghouls inside within the Lord area, so Burmese Ghouls have to deal with 2 threats at once. The only reason they lost was because of the gold deficit. They did not have the core items to match up with what this Lunox had to offer to the battlefield. The Tyrant's Revenge misses on Kel VJ, and I thought maybe this is a chance for this Harry to make a miracle play, but the item disadvantage proved otherwise.
Yeah, fantastic performance coming from Burmese Ghouls. Truth be told, yeah, they understood their draft. They managed to clear the creep wave in time. They got their rotation timings so far ahead as well. They were always 1 step ahead of SUNSPARKS just because of how their heroes are developed in terms of creep grab potential. They were able to rotate super quickly here, but Burmese Ghouls, they had to rely on
The Harris.
JP
the
on the
Granger.
Masha. He'll go for the split push, but unfortunately, it was super tough to do it just because of how powerful the Kaja comes in. You talked about Burmese Ghouls. You have not seen too much of maybe playing in from the side of Burmese Ghouls. Today, game number 1, he set the entire tempo for the team with those clutch divine judgments.
And there we have the statistics. Oh my goodness. Statistics for game 1. Highest GP and the MVP undoubtedly is going to be Kit001 on their Lunox. 975 GPM the entire game. Not a single death. And he played out of his mind. Props to the rest of the team though. Ice and Maybe. Yep, they did prove that they are more than what